number 9. Please go on to handout number 10. And number 3, case study. Okay, number 3, case study MFG. And the minor highlight for D, good points of MFG global strategy. That is minor highlight. D, good points of MFG global strategy. 1, the largest retail operation and a good retail deposit. Good retail deposit access. So the largest retail operation and a good retail deposit base. And number 2, well balance of autonomy, governance and autonomy, or autonomy and governance. Governance and autonomy and governance. And 3, active exchange of information with foreign peers. Number 4, strong commitment to global business and collaboration with organ funding. These 4 sentences good to memorize. And then skip on to handout number 11. And again, please skip 11 to directly go to 12. Handout number 12. And the major highlight for G. So 7th line from the top. G, the government and the FRB collaborated to stabilize the situation. The government and the FRB collaborated to stabilize the situation based upon the new legislation called TARP. TARP, major highlight. TARP is a budget of $700 billion. Major part of which was spent for capital injection to banks. Capital injection. And then, that is a major highlight. And then findings. A, that is minor highlight. Minor highlight. Investors try to find higher return. Investors try to find higher return opportunities more aggressively under low interest rate environment. Pension funds need enough return to pay a promised amount of pension. Number 2, low interest rate entices investors to borrow money for making investments. So A is minor highlight, and B is a minor highlight too. B, U.S. financial system more dependent upon direct finance. The confusion of markets rapidly infects various markets, and the impact is huge. 1, the phenomenon where depositors rush to withdraw money from banks is bank run. And in US, market bank run occurred. Occurred where banks withdraw the money from markets. So that is the minor highlight. And then go down to the bottom, very bottom. Different factors. A, commercial versus investment. Again, on the same handout 12, and the way down to the bottom. different factors. A, commercial versus investment. The crisis in Japan was due to the non-performing loans, non-performing loans or NPLs of commercial banks. But the U.S. crisis derived from investment banks. Engaged in securitization. So that is minor highlight. A is minor highlight. And B, major highlight. Recourse versus non-recourse. The contract of housing loan is different. Japanese is recourse. And the borrowers must give up all for the properties at default. While US is non-recourse. And only what borrowers give up is the house they bought. The issue of moral hazard tend to emerge under the non-recourse loan system. Okay. So that is a major highlight. And then please go on to handout number 13. 1. Basel III and development. 1. History of Basel Committee. And C. The change was due to the need for level playing field. That is minor highlight. The need for level playing field. That is minor highlight. And also minor highlight for 2, development and the Basel perception. A, Basel I, agreed in 1998 and implemented in 1992. The main objective, this sentence is minor highlight. The main objective was to set minimum capital ratio, 8%. Minimum capital ratio 8% for international banks. That is a minor highlight. And then skip on to B. Basel II, agreed in 2004 and implemented in 2008. Minor highlight for 1. The main objective was sophistication and comprehensive coverage of the rule. That is a minor highlight. And then please flip over to the reverse, number 14, handout number 14. And D at the top, psychological background from Basel 1 to 2 and from 2 to 3. And 2, the second point, 2 from Basel 2 to 3. That is minor highlight. From Basel 2 to 3, the regulators were disappointed with bank management. Regulators were disappointed with bank management. That is a psychological background to migration from Basel 2 to 3. And then way down to 4, going forward, the last point of the same handout. Going forward, A, minor highlight. In addition to traditional banks, shadow banks emerges as a new threat for the system. They are the non-banks outside of banking regulation. So that sentence, minor highlight. And then also minor highlight for D, the risk resulting from the fluctuation of interest rate. The risk resulting from the fluctuation of interest rate by holding loans and bonds in the banking account is called IRRBB. So that's a minor highlight. And then please skip on to number 15, handout number 15. Just one minor highlight for handout number 15. At the top, you can see this table, just summarizing the 4 different phases of the financial crisis and policy response. This is minor highlight. This big table is a minor highlight. And then flip over to number 16. Number 16. And then please go down to 4. Side effect, and A. Major highlight for A. That is procyclicality. Procyclicality capital standards setting the minimum requirement of capital for banks increase the swing of economic cycle. So that is the side effect of the regulation. That is major highlight. Please make sure you can explain the definition or issue of procyclicality. And a minor highlight for B. Loss of financial function. The introduction of a financial inspection manual. Introduction of the financial inspection manual and severe inspection based on it guided Japanese banks to safer and conservative lending behavior. So that is minor highlight to represent the one of their 2 big issues. And then please go back to the slide. Incentive structure. One important word is asymmetric compensation. Because hedge fund managers can get a big bonus in good time and are losing nothing in bad time. So there's asymmetry of the bonus or compensation. So that's why hedge fund managers are incentivized to take risk with a desire to get a big bonus. And the same kind of incentive structure is true of the bank management because they are given stock option. And the stock option is a right to buy the bank shares at a predetermined price called strike price. And if the share price in the future goes beyond the strike price, bank management can exercise this right, stock option right, and then get a big money, big profits. So they are incentivized to increase the risk exposure by their banking strategy. And why this kind of their stock option incentive structure is necessary? This is the invention by the shareholders. Because shareholders are very happy if the share price goes up. And if bank management becomes happy about their share price rise, that is the same feeling shared with their shareholders. That's why stock option incentivize management to take great care of the share price. So that is the invention by the shareholders. But we need to make some realignment of this incentive structure because of the issue of the asymmetric compensation. So that's why I proposed the mandatory purchase of the subordinated bonds, because subordinated bonds stops payment at the time of financial difficulty. So that will make the bank management refrain from taking too much risk. Okay, so please refer to one handout number 17 and 18. 17, number 3, incentive stability, and number 3, asymmetry of compensation. So close to the bottom, asymmetry of compensation. And D and E are both major highlights. D and E, major highlight. D, it is natural for the hedge fund managers, hedge fund managers to throw their fund into high risk, high return assets, major highlight. And E, this phenomenon was caused by asymmetric compensation or asymmetry of compensation or asymmetric compensation. Asymmetric compensation profile, winning huge bonus in good time and losing nothing in bad times. Losing nothing in bad times. So that is a major highlight. And then go on to the reverse side. Please flip over to handout number 18. And think about compensation. B and C, major highlight. B and C are major highlight. Firstly, B, major highlight. They are paid the stock option. They are paid the stock option as bonus, which enable them to enjoy the share price and the strike price, as long as the share price exceeds the strike price. So anyway, important point is stock option. And C, major highlight too. That was invented by shareholders. Shareholders invented it. That was invented by shareholders, so that management is motivated to enhance the share price. Anyway, major highlight. The first part of this sentence, that was invented by shareholders, so that management is motivated to enhance the share price. And then we're down to number 5, proposal. And B, Nozaki 2010 proposal. And 2, major highlight, subordinated bonds. Let's go side, subordinated bonds. Subordinated bonds is a bond whose repayment needs not to be made in case of financial difficulty. So first part of this sentence is major highlight. And then please go back to the screen. EU. There's good things and bad things of this kind of economic zone or political zone. Political integration is a good point, and political coordination is another good point. And also, that will increase bargaining power because the increase of the size of the economic influence. So rather than France negotiate with US, the EU negotiate with US may be better from the standpoint of the EU. So that is bargaining power to be enhanced. And also promotion of the tourism and intra-region trade within the Eurozone. But I rather think the bad things is more outstanding. The dilution of the political power of the smaller nations, and also the divergence of good and bad, the rich and poor countries because of the productivity. And also some fiscal deficit of one nation, like a Greek, can be burdened by the other nation. And also one of the biggest issue was Greek shock. That is one of the most representative problem or big issue of this kind of the single currency regime. Because Germany, that is a country with the higher productivity companies, enjoys the export because euro is only one single currency for Germany and Greece and Italy and Spain. So they can easily export their German goods to those countries. So that may expand the disparity between the rich countries and the poor countries. And also, interest rate should be the same, uniform over the region. Because if they change the interest rate region by region, that may give some, one-way money flow. Therefore, financial policy conflict is one of the biggest issue. So ECB determine interest rate, and also ECB is the only single central bank that can issue their money. So each of their countries in EU have to follow the decision made by the ECB, even though the economic situation may be different across the board. And the second topics of the some practical issue is city's history that may reflect some regulatory change. City group have gone through the history of the acquisition, mergers, and divestiture. Divestiture is selling the stake of some of the companies and the restructuring as well. But just apart from the one history of the one single company, we should pay attention to this regulatory change, that is abolishment of the Glass-Steagall Act. Because of the announcement of the merger with Travelers, Citi announced the merger with Travelers in 1998. But at that time, Glass-Steagall Act prohibits the merger between a commercial bank and investment bank. Travelers is investment banking group and Citi commercial banking group. But this announcement just pushed the government towards the regulation by setting up the new legislation, new law, that is Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, or GLB Act. And just going back to the city's organization, as mentioned before, the US system is more matrix type, or LOB types of the system. And Japan is more like the legal entity based organization. Therefore, line of business is a driving power of the business. Then they will enable the cross-sell, active cross-sell among the various entities. And today, Citi and other major global banks are targeting three major topics. One is globalization and digitalization, like fintech, and urbanization. Urbanization is some countries catching up with the developed countries by developing the infrastructure establishment. And the lessons from Citi for Japanese banks is, as you saw the mini test, matrix organization should be necessary. Okay, let's go back to the handout. Number 19, 20, 21, and 22. Firstly, handout number 19, section 4, 1 Euro system. And please skip on to way down to the bottom, close to the bottom. E, number 3, pros and cons of EU, and the E, that is major highlight. E, Greek crisis in 2009 to 2015, or emergence of default risk of the government bonds was due to the fact Germany, a high productivity country, enjoy exposed to low productivity countries like Jeeps, Greece, Italy, Ireland, Portugal, and Spain, which faced fiscal deficit and debt. So this is a major highlight. Greek crisis and high and low productivity disparity is a major highlight, super highlight. And please flip over to 20, handout number 20. And then two minor highlights on the first item for financial policy conflict. And a minor highlight for A, the same interest rate must be kept for every nation. So that is a minor highlight. That is a financial issue. And B, minor highlight too, since economic conditions differ across the Eurozone, the desirable financial policy differ. Okay. B, minor highlight, since economic conditions differ across the Eurozone, the desirable financial policy differ. Okay. And then please go on to the other handout, 21, handout number 21. Case study city group, one profile and history. And please skip on to the very bottom of the first section. And you can see the star, asterisk. The merger moved the government towards deregulation. So that is the very last part of the one profile and history. The merger moved the government towards deregulation. While Glass-Steagall Act of 1933 forbade banks to merge with investment banks and with insurers, the merger announcement urged government to allow the merger by Gramm-Leach-Blary Act in 1999. This part is major highlight. So please make sure you can tell the story about the city's merger, just promote the government deregulation. And also the name of these important legislation, Glass-Steagall Act and the Gramm-Leach-Blary Act. Again, Glass-Steagall Act is stringent regulation. And the Gramm-Leach-Blary Act, GLB Act, is relaxation of the regulation. And then the second section, organization. C. This is LOB, or line of business management. This is minor highlight. And then please flip over to handout number 22. Just a couple of things. Number 3, strategy. And C, strategy and C. City sizes opportunities such as globalization, digitalization, and urbanization. Globalization, digitalization, and urbanization. Minor highlight. And another minor highlight for the last section, 7, lessons from city case. A, minor highlight, organization. Japanese banks are gradually globalized and diversified, needing for matrix organization structure to activate cross-sell across entities and regions. So that is minor highlight. And then please go back to the screen. We learned in the last class, fintech, the new technology-driven banking. And the fintech is the great benefit for the users or consumers because that may reduce the transaction cost and also make their service more convenient. And it is also good for the banks in terms of the IT cost reduction. But that may be negative for banking business because the more competitors may reduce their revenue. More competitors like Amazon, Google, kind of their new players may damage the profitability of the banks. And those are the list of what you need to just remember. And AI is okay. B2B, that is the person-to-person, peer-to-peer. That is, internet platform may provide opportunity for matchmaking. And personal financial management, that is like a money forward kind of a company provide service. And the ecosystem is collaboration among the banks and other industries to enhance the user experience or UX. And the UX is this. So please, review those terminologies, key terminologies later. And then, yeah, this case study is quite interesting and quite educative. This is the experience of the Polish bank, M Bank. As we learned, M Bank is a newly emerging bank as a subsidiary of the BRE. One of the major banks in Poland set up a new entity called M Bank. And M Bank is targeting very sophisticated customers rather than traditional customers. And reason for success was low cost operation and targeting with sophisticated customers and benchmarking of their non-bank competitors like Google and Amazon. And their intention or more interest is to enhance the UX, user experience. In the future, from the example of the M Bank, banks have to choose how they should change into their other structure. One is traditional style, producer and distributor style. But if they happen to choose this one, probably they may face the difficulty of the going concern. And the user experience enhancers is quite the area the other competitors, new competitors are good at. So this is not a good idea too. And the production backyard, this may be one of the limited number of the viable way traditional banks may choose. They may concentrate their business into their just production of the financial product, and then they may rely upon the other non-bank competitors for the distribution. So please, let's go back to the last handout, very last handout, number 23, 24. Okay. Handout number 23, FinTech and global development. 1, basic knowledge. B, this is minor highlight. FinTech benefits both banks and users. And banks reduce costs, and the users enjoy convenience at less cost. But the banks face major threat by FinTech in 2 ways: more competitors and lower revenue. That is a minor highlight. And then we're down to number 2, key terminology. Please super highlight a couple of terminology. The first is B, method. 1, P2P, peer-to-peer, direct deal between internet users. So please remember P2P as a key terminology. And C, service, PFM, personal financial management, PFM. And also UX, user experience, core benefit of the users from service. And then go on to D, system, ecosystem. And also number 3, API. Number 3, API, application program interface. So those are the keywords, key terminologies. You have to remember the major highlight, super highlight. Again, P2P, PFM, UX, ecosystem, and API. And then the third section, 3, typical fintech service. B, big data. Big data. Coverage takes advantage of the AI using SNS-based big data for lending. That is minor highlight for big data. And the very last handout, 24. Please flip over to 24. Major highlight found in number 5, case study M-Bank. Case study M-Bank. E, major highlight, reasons for success. Reasons for success. 1, targeting of customers. Targeting of customers. Age 30s with higher career. 2, benchmarking of competitors, Amazon and Google. And 3, respecting UX, user experience, by presenting what users prefer to see. So for staff of E, reasons for the success is a good hint for the other banks as well. So that is a major highlight. And the remaining 3 minor highlight. Number 6, how banks survive. Minor highlight. A, use of fintech. The use of blockchain technology replaced expensive integrated IT platform. The first sentence, minor highlight. And B, strategic options. Strategic options. Please highlight the first starting word for the highlight, minor highlight. 1, producer and distributor option. And 2, UX enhancer option. And then C, production backyard option. Production backyard option. Okay, so that's it. So please enjoy the final exam.